So as a result of this compulsory stay-at-home policy, some parents are beginning to lose their cool with their children. We recently bumped into a story online about a parent asking for suggestions on how best to punish their children. He, however, restrained himself from beating them. We understood, I could relate to this person, but I don't think mine is as bad as this parent. But how do you discipline children in this period?
I think you have to emphasize what the children are doing. He says some of them will pee inside the gun, and then they will start to shoot. They will start to play police with it and shoot people. He said that they will put gum on his shoe and then be watching him when inside his shoe. When he's removing it, he said that they will stand and start laughing.
Oh my goodness.
All the neighbors don't like the children again. There you go, he hates them.
His own children. But you see, for me, when I read that story, it's just a reminder that you haven't been spending time with these children. I mean, now you're forced to, because if you know these kids, you'd have been able to correct some of those behaviors earlier in age. Because right now, it's difficult. I mean, I got a report. Somebody said that this is our online schooling that they're doing. Some parents, parents, they actually restrict their kids from going online, without parental guidance. But now with the online school, they allow the kids to be online. So one parent found that his child minimized the teacher's screen, went and started searching some adult content sites. So the mother thinks that he's watching and he's talking to his teacher, not knowing that he has minimized, you only hear the audio, but he has minimized the teacher. He's watching something else. For me, I would have thought that this would have been a better time for you to actually have proper conversations with your children. Because for those of us that are present, we've seen this kid, so we've been disciplining them for a while. But now that we're closer to them, I'm seeing more things I need to handle. But for somebody like that parent, obviously he hasn't been around.
No, I disagree. I totally disagree. Let me tell you why. You are all in an enclosed space for hours on end. It is not normal. This way of our new living is not a normal way of living.
Right.
You are going to school. Even if you are not in school, if you're on holiday, you can still go out and play with your friends. You can go to wherever to eat, go to the cinema. So children, now all that energy, they are now using it. The energy they would have used to go and burn out at school, they are using it.
Okay, but I disagree.
This guy says that if he locks them in the room, what they start shouting competition.
Right.
That's a shouting competition. They can shout for 4 hours straight.
But you know why, Kate? My daughter told me yesterday, Mommy, you're getting very mean. And I could understand why. Keep quiet, I don't hear it. No, I get really, really touchy these days. And it's because they're continuously shouting and screaming around the house.
The reality is that when they come out, it's just like when you release your chicks. Now, sorry to compare to animals, but when you release your chicks in the morning, the first thing they do is fly and stretch out.
Right,
so I personally always tell my husband, let them scream that scream. Let them exhaust that energy. If that man had been an attentive parent, he would not be surprised. You must have a structure. In my neighborhood, I make sure my children do at least 2 hours of play every day, no matter how school is. And you won't be surprised.
We have not advised him, Onima.
No,
these children need beating. This one needs beating.
If he looks into his past self, he do the same.
No, because how can you put urine inside gun and be spraying the whole house smelling your urine?
I was complaining of them bringing stones to the house, but I remember as a child bringing sand to my mother's bed for being locked in. So yes, children will do every kind of thing. It is me now that is advising me that I regularly beat, that I'm advising be patient, because now that I'm sitting with them constantly.
Excuse me, if he's going to
let me take this call. It's been on me. Good morning, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah.
How are you disciplining your kids?
Yeah, the truth of the matter is, this time around, some parents will be seeing the true color of their children. Because, they are spending more time with their children now. And, all the time they are spending in school, they don't know what they're doing. But now, they will now be seeing the true color of their children. And this is the time
to fix
they're
it.
supposed to now give them attention to guide them in some things that they have been doing before. And I pray that God will help them, because it's not easy to raise children nowadays.
Yes.
Especially in our society.
Thank you so much for that, because this report I got from this parent whose child was watching a pornographic content online when they were supposed to be having their online. This is a private school. It's a top private school. So the mother was shocked because she didn't know what to do. Then, of course, she told the father, and the father beat the child black and blue. But of course, that doesn't solve the problem. That's beyond. Beating is not the solution at that point. It's having a conversation with the children. But I like what the caller said. There are things, especially the teenage ones. This one in the story is 3 years, 7 years, and I think 5 years. That one, trust me, that's the age they do that kind of stuff. But when your kids are like that, 11, 13, you need to pay attention. This is an opportunity for you to pay extra attention. And you see things that you can actually quickly fix at this time. YK, you wanted to say something?
I know that one, they put rat glue in his bed.
Jesus Christ. you won't spank that. Mano.
No. What
you
content
see,
does he open to the children? What do they see? Because my younger child likes to watch it, and it's almost a TV addict now. I'm trying to bend that. And whenever he sees something on TV, he will most likely exploit. When he's talking to me, my mind too is going back to where did this happen? So recently he was saying to me that there's no energy in something, and that's why it's not working. And that thing can power something for him. I was like, it has to be Blaze. Because he's a TV addict. So I always speak from wherever I've exposed them. If your child, for instance, is sitting on your own device, or your device and is probably watching pornography, you need to check the history of content you yourself have clicked on. Because your device will be suggesting areas that are of interest to you. And that's what your child might click on.
Possibly.
So it might be you, it might be your child. You need to, the blame cannot necessarily just land on your child alone.
Right.
And maybe he has used the rat glue for rats.
Imagine,
so it looks like a rat.
Imagine my husband that
let me take this call. Good morning, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, it's not even coping with children these days. It's just something else entirely. You have to start telling them, sit down here, sit down there. I can't wait for this lockdown to be over for me to resume back.
To run away.
It's good to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much.